Hi, welcome back on iON's Health Talk with Dr. Akram. Today, in this episodes, we are talking about how to come out of this crisis. Especially, we're talking about stress, which is almost tormenting our life. As we have explained in the program, that some people would have lost their jobs, their income, and after all, our big freedom's been gone. And let's see in our discussions and see where we can go from this. And I have another special guest. Before that, I have Dr. Nikolaya Yordake, who has been with us for the first half of the program. And now I'm going to introduce my special guest, her name is Malika. Malika, welcome on the show. Are you there? I want to hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, hello. Can you tell us what's your name?
Hi.
What is your name, please?
Malika.
Malika, how old are you?
I'm 5 years old.
Are you 5 years old? You look more. When is your birthday?
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday. Are you going to have a big party? Your friends are coming. You're going to have music, lots of food. Is that right?
No.
What's happened? Why is that? Why are you not going to have a party?
Because if because of the coronavirus, if we just invite friends.
So you could spread the disease to other people, yeah?
Oh. They might get.
Okay, what is coronavirus? Do you know anything about it?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell us?
A coronavirus is like a virus, and
we are losing. Yeah, keep talking.
It makes you ill, and if you have the coronavirus, you
okay.
You can spread the corona. You can spread the germs
Okay.
and you have to wear a mask. If somebody has the coronavirus and you didn't have a mask, then you can catch it. And if you did have a mask, then you will not catch it.
Oh, okay. That's a good idea. So if you have a mask, you will not catch coronavirus. If you do not have the mask, you will catch coronavirus. This is the health advice from Malika, who is 6 years old. Guys, do you get it? Is that right? Do you have to wash your hands as well, or you don't need to wash?
Yeah.
Oh, you need to wash your hands. Okay. Tell us, what are you missing most? Are you missing anything at the moment? Are you going to school?
I'm missing school. I'm missing school. I'm missing Nanny and all of my family.
Oh, you're missing your family as well. Okay. Why are you not seeing your family? Why are you not supposed to see your family? What's the problem?
Akram, we can't go anywhere because if our flight is cancelled and we can't go from the coronavirus, then you can just stay at home, because if you can't go to some kind of airplane, if it's cancelled, then you just have to stay at home.
Okay. Shall I tell you, what you said is we cannot travel, our flights are get cancelled, and you are afraid that you might carry the infection and give it to your grandparents. Is that right? That's why you don't want to go and see them? Oh, that's very nice. Okay. Is your mom helping you? Is she teaching you how to be safe during coronavirus?
Yeah.
Okay, what does she tell you? How do you...
And mom is teaching me.
Oh, very good. Okay, let's join our next guest as well. This is Dr. Nicolae Iordache. He's joining from Romania. So you can be on the line, Malika, and you're going to listen to our show, all right? And we're going to discuss a little bit more about going forward.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for joining with us. It was really a pleasure to see you there. Okay.
Take care.
Take care. Thank you. Let's go back to... Welcome, Dr. Iordache.
Welcome back. Thank you.
Welcome back. Okay. Let's go back. Let's talk about... global economy to suffer worst blow since 1930s, IMF. That's the International Monetary Fund says. There will be a lot of bankruptcies and lots of layoffs.
Well, I'm really skeptical about this forecast. Actually, as history shown, nobody can really tell what is going to happen in the future. From time to time, it comes that a guy gets it right, but actually nobody really knows what happens. So therefore, I wouldn't worry very much about people saying one thing or another. This is one. Second thing is, to my understanding, it's quite hard to compare a crisis, an economic crisis on a social scale of this time with one which was 100 years ago almost. So therefore, I wouldn't panic, and I wouldn't advise on panicking in this.
So we don't have to panic that our house prices are going to drop down, the prices of vegetables and fruits and flowers going to go up. This is not...
Well, definitely.
Will it affect us?
They will affect us. But the comparison with those times, with a lot of suicides in the U.S., United States, and I don't think that would may be the case. So probably if you look at the stagnation of the growth, or maybe decrease of the annual growth, or the inflation or jump in prices, so there will be terms to compare one thing to another. However, people were living in a much worse conditions those times than these times. So right. I mean, 10% or 50, half of decrease in half of their income, or getting products getting twice as expensive, would mean a lot more those times that it might mean these days. Maybe we'll have to learn that we don't need to buy as much as we did before, or maybe we don't need to throw a lot of food, and we may not even need to eat that lot of food.
That says a lot. I think what you're trying to say here is that the crisis won't be bad as it was like 60 years ago. Is that right?
Yeah,
because
definitely.
Now the economies are different, and the production is different, and we have more access to food and all these things. And you are telling here that even by reducing our consumption, we will be still all right. Is that right?
Actually, reducing consumption will spiral down the economy, but we don't have to look at all these things like this one thing. Obviously there will be, globally, there will be a slowdown. Globally, it will look bad. But if you look, there will be nations who are going to do better, nations who are going to do worse. People who are going to do better, people who are going to do worse. Jobs that are going to perform better and jobs that are going to perform worse. Companies that are going to do better and companies that are going to do worse. So it will be a rearrangement. And that rearrangement may not necessarily be bad for everyone. I mean, even if things may look bad at the beginning, they may turn as a big luck in the future. For example, now if there are a lot of layoffs, people who want to have jobs. Maybe the next jobs that they will have, they will not have the same pay as before, and maybe they will have not the same responsibilities. Maybe will have more or different responsibilities. But those new responsibilities, or different responsibilities, acting out of hunger or out of sometimes even need or desperation, would give a lesson. And maybe in 2, 3, 5 years, people will be much better than if they would carry on like this.
That's a good point. I think what you're trying to say is it's not going to be like 1960s Dutch famine, but it's going to be something different. We might have to change our normal way of life a little bit, but in 5 years we will be getting back to it. We get used to it. We will go ahead with the life. Is that right?
And maybe the life will not gonna be like. I mean, it is not going to. It's not going to be like probably. Probably it's not going to be like. Okay, we cut off these years, and 2025 will look like a pretty nice continuation of year 2019. It will be a different thing for a lot of people.
Have we lost?
We will adjust the new habits, maybe. We will start to appreciate new things more than the others. We will try to acknowledge that maybe for some of the things we were too greedy or we were too selfish, and we'll be different. And we would love that. Most of us would love that.
Now, especially our special abroad holidays, especially people in UK, they spend lots of holidays abroad because that gives them more time to relax, and it just takes them out of this stressful situation where they live with their jobs and everything, their day-to-day life. And that's also one of the part they are missing now because nobody can travel abroad. How will they find it? What do you think? Is there any alternative for them? Is there any way for them to think in a different way to improve their mind?
Well, yes, definitely there will be, at least for a period of time, there will be things that you will not be able to do. Things that would give you joy in the past and will make you feel good or build your self-confidence or I don't know what. And you will not be able for various reasons. Either you don't have money, either it's not permitted, or I don't know what. But still, it doesn't mean that the life is over. Definitely, there will be other things if you search deeply that will give you the same amount of pleasure or even more pleasure than what you used to do. I mean, I'm sure everyone has done things in the life to a certain point, and they say, well, maybe I waste my time doing those things. Maybe I should have done differently. Or maybe people discover new things and say, why didn't I do this for long?
So we
before?
will find something new which we might like it. We might have to change our life habit. Is that that's what we're trying to say? There's another one. There's a quite interesting announcement. This is Trump freezes all U.S. funds for WHO. U.S. contributes by $500 million, which is 15% of WHO's revenue. Trump has been playing a special role in these corona cases. He's been tweeting. He's been sometimes he's been friendly with Chinese. The other time he's telling it's a Chinese virus and all these things. Well, this his move to stop this funding for WHO, how it's going to help us? How is it going to affect us? Unfortunately.
Well, I don't know the reasons behind it. I mean, you read reasons about that in media, or you can listen to the reasons, but their reasons today might not be the same as his reasons tomorrow. So we're not really sure why is that. But I think, whatever the reasons are, the moment is bad. Nevertheless, I think some organizations cannot live. Companies cannot live long. Organizations cannot live that long on the same basis. So probably it's a moment in the past of in the life of this organization to rearrange purposes and ways of funding and so on. It can affect many other countries because, maybe without that coordination, maybe healthcare will not be very well observed throughout the globe on one hand, and probably there will be a lot of discussions around the countries. So
That's true.
there will be one more on their plate
Agenda.
to deal with, in a moment when they already have.
What you're trying to say is it's not going to affect us that much. It might affect certain countries, especially maybe poor countries. Who knows how it's been dealt? But look like our national health services or Romanian health services, what is equivalent, but they will survive because I don't think they get fund for their day-to-day management of the COVID or whatever happening at the moment. Is that right?
I think there will be losers, but I cannot foresee who are the losers right now. Definitely, poorer countries are usual target for that because okay, but probably also the humanity will lose as a whole or will benefit as a whole.
But unfortunately, this COVID-19 is a global threat. It is spreading around globally. It's no way is one country prevents itself and they could be locked down because it's the infection come from any angle, any side, isn't it? So we have to, isn't it that we have to work together as globally as one country and sort this problem? What do you think in this aspect?
Well, I really think so. Yeah, the moment is bad. We could do whenever possible now to. Sorry, because I don't find all my words in English. Okay, so we should all put together efforts and go over it and then discuss, the issues or the learnings of these times. So I don't think it's a nice gesture. I don't think it's fair. I don't understand the reasons behind it. I can imagine somehow what the reasons would be, considering elections in US coming close. But yeah.
That's why I remember while I was discussing the subject with you a bit earlier, and you were telling that even certain countries doing a goodwill gesture, and they are sending medical equipment to certain countries. It's like India is sending stuff to America, or China is sending stuff to some other countries. Is that right? So, yeah. So it's one way this disease is bringing us together. In the whole world is united in one aspect, at least at this time.
I'm somehow in a quite a good position to go through this pandemic, but I'm more interested in what we learn out of it. And we can learn.
That's a good point. That's what we've been thinking about. What do you think we're going to learn out of this pandemic?
Well, I think we should learn that, and this is important. What the pandemic is teaching us. You are never too powerful or you're always vulnerable to some things. You're not so unvulnerable to anything. There is no a perfect shield that would protect you from anything. So we will have to take care more about this planet, and we
That's a
will
good
have
point.
to take care more about this for Romania. It is an important learning. We will have to wake up in good times to prepare for the bad times, and not to let corruption to rule the country in the degree it used to be.
So it's
Because we are not prepared. Corruption in the end kills people.
so in the end, you're trying. It says no country is invincible. The nature is more powerful at some times, and
Exactly.
they just put us to make sure. Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Just think, I
We
am
have to
more powerful
learn.
than you.
We have to
Is that
learn
right?
a bit humility.
So we have to take the life with humility and treat each and everyone with respect.
Right.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
Will this be? We have already discussed about this is not going to be end of life in the end, isn't it? We're going to come out of this.
Well, definitely. Well, definitely.
Will we come out of? Will we come out with good memories and we'll learn a lesson?
Well, I think so. I think so. But in order to do that, I mean, I can tell you about my lessons. So I think I learned to prepare for the worst. So imagine most of the time, what could be the worst thing that could happen? And if that would happen, what would you do? Because it's very unlikely that this scenery will actually to take actual place. So no matter how bad it will be, probably will not reach that level. So you are in a better position than the worst position you imagine. Then, even if it struck you, you still have a plan, you still have ideas, you were still prepared for that. And I think this is what everyone should do from now on. Think about that. You don't have to think that life is going to be great and beautiful forever, because a lifespan of 100 years or 80 years, it's a lot of time. So something bad will always happen within 80 years of time. So,
Dr. Yordake, we are coming almost to the end of our show.
Okay.
I want to get our special guest, Malika, as well, to ask if she's got something to say for us.
okay.
Hello, Malika, you're there? I can hear you. Are you there? What are you going to tell us about this coronavirus? What are we going to do now? Okay, it might look like there's a technical difficulty. Okay.
There is no sound.
Yeah, there's no sound. Okay. Dr. Yordake, I think it was amazing to see you on the show. After all these years, we have done something probably good. Not probably good, definitely good for the society, and hope to see you again at some of the shows. And until then, we'll be in touch. Thank you guys to be with us, and the discussion we had was basically about how to go forward after this crisis. We are facing the crisis. There is no way we can come out of it. The only way we could do is to learn something from this and to live every day as this is the moment you're going to live. Treat everyone around nicely. Treat your families, your friends. Keep in touch with them. Be nice to your family. Be nice to yourself. Treat yourself, and at least it's not going to be bad. If we cannot survive this crisis, we will all have to go there at one time. But the most important thing is, have we lived happily? Have we fulfilled what we have to do? If we have done that, we will be happy. Is thus going to be my message this time. So thank you all for being with us. And next week, we're going to talk more on this issue. And I'm going to bring in a specialist who is a psychiatrist who works in the special field. He's from Midlands, and we will discuss more about what is going to be the medical treatments and the medical aspect of this problem, the stress and everything. So be with us. See you next time in a similar show. Until then, take care and be safe.